for that period where she was leading South Carolina in scoring, she was getting a lot of minutes. I definitely had her like 1A, 1B with Sarah Strong. It's just hard because, man, Sarah Strong was putting on every game. It felt like she didn't really go through a learning curve, man. Like, Sarah Strong looked like a junior as soon as she stepped foot on Connecticut's campus.
All right, Brandon. So let's start with the freshmen. So let me set it up. All right, right now, who do you got at number 1?
Yeah, man. So for sure, gotta go with Sarah Strong, number 1. National Freshman of the Year, super versatile, old school game, just wise beyond her years. And me being from North Carolina, man, I go a little bit harder for the North Carolina prospects. She out of Grace Christian won several state championships, man. 6'3", can shoot it, can handle it, rebound it, built for contact for sure, with the frame, man. So I gotta go Sarah Strong 1. And honestly, man, it's looking like UConn's gonna be number 1 next year, man. If I did my rankings right now, definitely with her coming back, man, leading the way with AZ Fudd. Yeah, Sarah Strong's the real deal. And yeah, so I definitely have her at number 1.
Yeah, right now 16.4 points and 8.9 rebounds. Like, she's gonna be a double machine. It's like she's almost shooting 60%. So that's pretty good. More than pretty good. All right, who do you got at number 2?
Yeah, number 2, man. Honestly, I feel like Sarah Strong is kind of like the obvious number 1. Number 2, I would definitely go Mikayla Blakes. I think she is a super special talent. Watching her and Camille Pierre get active at Vanderbilt, she had a couple 50 balls last year. When you just talk about a walking bucket, like fearless, she has the ultimate green light too, man. Like she got a Steph Curry, Golden State Warriors type green light where she cross half court, man. They cool with her shooting anything. So I really like Mikayla Blakes at number 2. She a smaller guard, man, but she plays big. And I think, to me, she was a player that wasn't really getting a whole lot of headlines as far as freshmen go. You heard about Syla Swords at Michigan and what she did to South Carolina. You heard about Toby Fournier, who was dunking everything, coming in, super athletic. Like, you heard about Joyce Edwards. You ain't really hear a lot about Mikayla Blakes, in my opinion, until she started giving everybody 20, 25 a game. So I definitely got her at number 2. And I think it's dope that she went to a school like Vanderbilt where they're not really known for their basketball history on the women's side. It was a first-year head coach, and she was a 5-star recruit. She could have went anywhere. So for her to do it at a school like Vanderbilt where she's making her own name and her own legacy and being that number 1 option, like super, super heavy relied upon, I just thought it was dope how she got active this year.
Man, she's standing at 5'8", scoring 23.3 points per game. Like, I mean, that's pretty awesome. She did not, like you said, she did not get a lot of shine in the media like that. Not compared to your number 1, and I think your number 3 coming up, I would assume. But let's go with your number 3.
Yeah, man. So this one right here, I think, honestly, Toby Fournier or Joyce Edwards could have easily been here. I give the edge to Joyce, though, because of the fact that I also got to look at competition, right? Like, South Carolina played the most top 10 teams this year, like had the most quad 1 wins. Like, they played everybody, man. And that stretch they had, I feel, from like beginning of January to the end of February, they had like 5 teams that was ranked back to back to back. And you really saw an SEC play, man. Joyce Edwards became the most reliable player for this team. She led them in scoring for a lot of the season. And for me, with South Carolina, they do it by the gauntlet. It could be anybody's night with them, man. So to see a freshman that we weren't even sure, was going to get super valuable minutes, like, she was number 2 player in the country coming in, so the expectations are there. But when you got, Ashlyn Watkins and Chloe Kitts and all these other bigs, Sanaya Fagan in the front court, we weren't really sure, like, how many opportunities Joyce would get early. But when Ashlyn Watkins went down, it was the best thing that happened to Joyce Edwards, man. Just her length, her physicality, her being from South Carolina, like her as well as Sarah Strong went up against each other a bunch of times. So, down there, the Carolinas is very familiar with Joyce Edwards, but just another like 6'4", long, athletic. What's scary about Joyce too, man, is she's already getting them Asia Wilson comparisons. And if you look at Asia, her first year compared to Joyce, like even Asia has said it, like Joyce is miles ahead of where Asia Wilson was her freshman year. Like it's not even close to what she's doing right now. And it's against elite competition. Like no disrespect to Sarah Strong and UConn, but the Big East going up against Villanova and Seton Hall and teams like that, Creighton, compared to giving LSU buckets, compared to, giving Tennessee buckets, it's a little bit different in the SEC, man. And Dawn Staley gave her a lot of leverage, a lot of leeway, a lot of rope to really just play through mistakes. And she came up big for them in some really big games. So I really think Joyce Edwards and Sarah Strong, man, are going to be two players that could easily go number 1 and 2 in the WNBA draft when it's their time. They're that good. And they're going to be playing a lot of games against each other for the future, for sure.
Yeah, don't let that 12.7 points per game fool anybody. Like she was nasty on the court. So when I created a predictions list in the beginning of the season, a predictions rankings video, and Joyce Edwards was kind of I think like 5 at the time, and then she rose up. We did like mid-season March Madness rankings, and she rose up in that one. And both comments were on fire, talking about Joyce Edwards should be number 1 and this and that. Was Joyce Edwards ever like number 1 at the top, the best freshman on your list?
Man, I think for that period where she was leading South Carolina in scoring, she was getting a lot of minutes. I definitely had her like 1A, 1B with Sarah Strong. It's just hard because, man, Sarah Strong was putting on every game. It felt like she didn't really go through a learning curve, man. Like Sarah Strong looked like a junior as soon as she stepped foot on Connecticut's campus. So it was tough to knock her off, but I think Joyce had a run just because of the competition that she was going against. She's fighting double teams. And 2, with South Carolina players, like they kind of get overlooked for individual awards. It's been like that in the past just because they have so much talent and they share the basketball, so it can be anybody's night. But Joyce really stamped herself as one of the focal points early as a freshman. And, I mean, it's been freshmen like Asia Wilson, like Raven Johnson, like Malaysia Fulwiley at the time that have come in and made an impact immediately, like Tessa Johnson. But for Joyce Edwards to come in and really just take the reins in that front court, and she had some learning curves. She faced some double teams. She kind of got sped up and, missed some layups throughout games that she could have easily finished. And, she definitely wasn't afraid to shoot the basketball anytime she had it. So I think she had a bigger learning curve. But when you look at who she did it for and the level of competition that South Carolina was playing every single week, she definitely was in that running for freshman of the year, man, for sure.
Sure, yeah, definitely. Who do you have number 4?
Yeah, 4, man, I got to go Toby Fournier. She really exceeded expectations for a really good Duke team, man. I really, really like that Duke team. They got a lot of talent coming back. I know they lost Oluchi Okinawa, 6th player of the year in the ACC. So that'll be a big loss. But Fournier, man, she came in and she's slender. You know what I'm saying? Like she's 6'4", but she's really, really slender build. So I was kind of interested to see like how her adjustment to the college, the physicality of the game against some bigger players would affect her. And she got bodied up a few times, but she was out there blocking shots. Like she led Duke in scoring. She was rebounding it. She's super athletic, runs the floor well. She can shoot the 3. She can get it off the dribble as well at that size. She's just a 3-level scorer, super skilled. And I think she was really, really effective early, man. Like she was a 5-star recruit. And she was probably, outside of Sarah Strong and Joyce Edwards, like she was one of the most known players in this class coming in just because of the fact that she'd be dunking everything. Like if you've seen highlights probably years ago, man, like Toby Fournier, one hand off one leg, just jamming. So, when you're doing stuff like that as a female hooper, when you're dunking, when you're super athletic, like you're gonna go viral. But I think for me, she showed that she wasn't just like a social media sensation. Like she can really hoop, and she was giving everybody problems, even in the NCAA tournament. Like she was getting active. So I think she just proved that she is definitely one of the faces of women's college hoops coming up. And she's going to be in for a major sophomore year, man. So I really like Toby. Salute to her. And yeah, man, I think that she really did her thing this year. I was impressed.
Yeah. 6'2", 16, 17 dunking. That's just like, she was just dunking. She's averaging 13 points like per game. Like she like I could see something in her. And also averaging pretty much a block a game. Like, yeah, she's definitely gonna be something special.
Yeah, man. Maybe other than Ashlyn Watkins, maybe the most athletic big in the country, man. Like just at that size and being able to really jump out the gym. You don't see that a lot. She's truly a unicorn.
All right, who do you got at number 5?
Yeah, number 5, I would have to go Olivia Olson, Big Ten Freshman of the Year. The thing with Michigan, man, like they started off strong, gave South Carolina a crazy run, had some up and downs, but Syla Swords, deservingly so, highest recruit that they've had come in through that program, was getting all the headlines. She was truly a bucket getter. But as the season progressed, man, Olsen really proved that she could be that number 1 option. Her game, she's super well-rounded, really creative, like shot maker. I think that she played her role and she deferred a little bit to Swords earlier in the year, but then her confidence really took off, especially in conference play, and she became the best player on that team, man. And with Michigan losing Layla Falia, their leading scorer from the previous year, you know, she transferred to Texas, had the eye surgery and missed most of the season, but she was averaging like 19 a game at Michigan. So when you have like a mass exodus like this and you're in the Big Ten, which, you know, man, USC, UCLA, Iowa, Ohio State, like the list goes on with these freshmen. Seeing what she did against elite competition and her and Syla Swords pretty much putting Michigan on their back as freshmen, man, like that's a dynamic duo. Like the future is super bright. So I really like what I saw from her. And the fact that she didn't start off super strong like Swords did, but every month, every game, every rep, man, Olsen got better, and that's the big thing.
Yeah, they put a lot of weight on Syla Swords and Olivia Olson. Like right now, she's averaging like 30 minutes a game. Like this is a freshman, so
Yeah,
pretty good. Like averaging 16 points, almost shooting 40% from 3. Yeah, let's go to your number 6.
Yeah, man. So number 6, I gotta go Jaloni Cambridge, another freshman, point guard, like super skilled, one of the best handles that I've seen in the college game. Between her and Kiyomi McMiller and Malaysia Fulawali, like you talking about that like Jamal Crawford, Kyrie Irving type of handle, man, where it's just one-on-one, forget about it. You're not staying in front of them. And I think out of those 3, Cambridge is really the most like controlled. She looks like the most mature to where, you know, she give you a little over the head, no look behind the back, but it's controlled. And I think she really showed that she's one of the best point guards in the country. Her and Cody McMahon carried Ohio State all year. You know, they had an early exit out of the tournament. Cody McMahon transfers out of there and goes to Ole Miss. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what they do in the portal, some recruits they got coming in, how they develop. But next season, I will say without a doubt, out of every freshman we named, with Toby Fournier, with Sarah Strong, like Ohio State will be Jaloni Cambridge's team next season. And just seeing her progression of being able to operate the pick and roll. So, I mean, as you know, as all hoopers know, fans, you know, analysts, players, whatever, like being a freshman point guard is one of the hardest positions to play. You know, making decisions, having the rock in your hand, and just having to not only balance your scoring and produce and put pressure on your opponent, but you also got to create for others, run the offense, and be like that coach on the floor. So I was really impressed with Jaloni Cambridge, just how she handled the Big Ten, how she handled the point guard position. And I thought her and Cody McMahon really made a nice 1-2 punch. Maybe there was some chemistry issues there. But, yeah, it's going to be her show next year, man. They gave her the keys early, and she didn't crash the car.
Yeah, Jaloni Cambridge also an amazing defender, like averaging 2 steals a game. Like
Mhm.
she could really lock down all those other guards. Averaging 15.4 points per game. So you got 7.
Yeah, I mean, at this point now, I'm looking at Syla Swords plugging in there. Another Michigan freshman, which, Michigan fans should be super excited about her as well as Olson. Like that's going to be a dynamic duo for years to come if they can keep those two together. But Swords, man, when you look at this list, she might be one of the most fearless players we talk about, man. Like, she ain't seen a shot she is scared to take. I love her confidence, the fact that with the game on the line, like, she wants the basketball. She's not shying away from taking the game winning shot. If they need a bucket, she wants to go out there and get them one. I do think her efficiency and her shot selection will continue to improve. Like, I'm with efficiency, with turnovers, with shot selection. Like, I'm more lenient on freshmen coming in. She's still learning the pace and the physicality of the college game, but the way she took it to South Carolina, man, I knew from day one, first game, like, she was going to be a problem. She had some big games for them, some 20-plus point games for Michigan. Shot the basketball well. She's a heat check waiting to happen. And I think that she proved more that she's not just a catch and shoot type of player. Like, she can create off the bounce. She can create space. She can go ISO. She can get to the cup. So yeah, I'm a fan of Syla Swords, man. I love players that come in with that confidence and talk a little bit. I love the smack talk. As long as you back it up, I'm cool with it. So yeah, man, I thought she had a big year. She had some up and down. She had some growing pains, but I think she played through it. And from game one to the end of the season, she definitely showed a lot of progression as a player.
Yeah, Michigan might be my new favorite team since Olivia Miles is now longer in Notre Dame. I hope Syla Swords and Olivia Olson stay together. I hope that duo stays together. She another 16 points per game scorer on Michigan and another freshman. Like, it's pretty cool. I hope they stay together.
Yeah, man, same. The way the portal is now, man. I
Yeah,
did a
no,
video
yeah.
on that Olivia Miles move. I was surprised, man, that she left, but it definitely gives her and Hannah Hidalgo a chance to run their own team. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And
Who
then
do you?
rounding out my group, man, I got
There
Kiyomi
you go.
McMiller.
All right.
Just elite handle. She might have the best handle I've seen for a freshman in like the last decade, man. Like, she's like and one mixtape type handles. Like, people would call it, backyard basketball or whatever they want to call it. But when you talk about just handles, it's crazy. Isolation is crazy. And she pulling up from mid court on the reg. Like, it just limitless range. She went through some ups and downs at Rutgers, and I understood why she left. Her and the head coach butted heads. She got suspended. Had a lot of people mad about that post where they played USC, and she was looking forward to matching up with Juju Watkins and got benched. And she announced it before the team actually announced it. I had never seen a player rule themselves out of a game before the team officially announced it. So that was wild. It showed you she bold. But she took a lot of shots. She definitely has to work on the playmaking as a smaller guard, and I think that will come. But as far as just excitement and getting a bucket, like one-on-one, she's an impossible cover. A nice first step, nice float game, can pull up off the mid-range. Like I said, shoot it from half court, just, logo range. And I think she's super exciting. The rumor is that she's committed to Penn State. Not sure if that's 100% yet, according to her Instagram. So we're kind of waiting to see. I don't know what the recruiting was looking like for her, because I know with a player like that, man, she's going to be the star. She wants to have the ball in her hands. She wants the green light, and she's not quite a player right now as a guard compared to like Olson or Cambridge or even like a Sarah Strong with the playmaking that really you can run the offense through, and she makes other players better around her, makes things easier for the talent around her. I don't think she's gotten to that point yet. I also think Rutgers didn't have a whole lot of talent this year. They were kind of bottom of the barrel. So
Yeah.
I think her next step, definitely her next move has to be her best move. I'm excited to see where she ends up. But whatever team she ends up on, man, I think she is a player that makes your roster better.
Right. Yeah. McMiller from the DMV area, averaging almost 19 points per game. In our March Madness midseason rankings, we had her at number 1. So what did you see that has her at number 8 for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking at more so like opportunity, efficiency. She had the ultimate green light, but she's also taken probably 5 more shots than anybody on this list. Like, she really was out there jacking. And I think too, team success. Like, it's a team sport, but stats kind of hit a little different when you're on a bad team. Like, it's a lot of people that can average 20 and not win games. And that's the thing. So for me, that kind of was like the knock against Kiyomi McMiller, just like efficiency. Like, yeah, the numbers are there. The numbers are there. The talent is there. But the wins weren't there. In big games, she kind of disappeared in a couple of them Big Ten games where kind of like, your team needed you. And that's no knock to her game, but it's just the fact of the matter that in big games, when you got these freshmen that are leading their teams to, Elite Eights and Sweet 16s and conference tournament championships, and, you got these players that are winning awards as well for their efforts, I think it weighs a little bit more for me, because we see it in the NBA, man. Like, you even think back to, like, before the Suns, they're kind of trash now, but even before, they got right with Ayton and them, like, Book was averaging like 25, but they was winning like 20 games, so nobody really cared. And that's kind of what it is with Rutgers, man. Like, you got a freshman that's super talented, that is getting all the shots she wants. She's producing at a high rate, but the team isn't getting better. The wins aren't there, and it's kind of like they're hollow stats at the end of the day. But, I got nothing but respect for Kiyomi's game, and I think she's a talented player, man. I just think that some of the freshmen that I have above her, were producing similar numbers, but on winning teams.
Okay, I can understand that. Yeah, see, that's why I have you on here, to break it down. That's why I have you on here. I can definitely understand that. All right, who do you have at number 9?
So for me, man, I really stopped at 8. It was kind of after that. It was kind of hard just because it kind of got crowded. So I threw my top 8 in there. But there was definitely some other talented freshmen. I think, too, even at smaller schools, man, like you see all these transfers that, kill at these lower level schools and then they move up. So I think there was a lot of talented freshmen that were at some of the mid-majors as well. But for me, man, I really just kept it at 8.
And if you don't like these rankings, don't be like Champ. These are your rankings, so go to fanrankings.com or click the link in the description to create your rankings so it can be included in the power rankings for the next video at the end of the season and have a great chance to win prizes.